everyone, this is Abhilashapodcast and you are listening to my podcast, Knowing Universe. So today I am going to talk about black hole. Before I say anything about black hole, I have to say thank you so much for listening and appreciating it. Thank you so much. And the different people in different countries, they are also listening and really touches my heart. So I thought to go ahead with black hole. What is black hole? There are very few things in this, space, universe, which everyone knows about. I would say maybe planets, right? Everyone knows about that. Some will say 9 planets, if they are incorrect, or 8 planets. Maybe dwarf planets sometimes, sun, obviously, and black hole. And I would say nebula too, isn't it? Or definitely, supernova, if someone gets really angry. But today's topic is definitely black hole. What is black hole? So when we, explain black hole, there are 2 words. One is gravity and the other is event horizon. These 2 things are sufficient to explain black hole. So most of the time we explain black hole that it is something, it's something which has a very, very strong gravity so that even light cannot escape it. That is how we describe black hole. So I would say the black hole is a region, in space-time where gravity is actually very strong. And why do we talk about light in this reference? Because light is the fastest thing to move. It moves the fastest, right? So that's why that is also will be trapped when it crosses through the black hole. That's what it means. Obviously, Albert Einstein, one of the greatest scientists ever, he was born ever in this history of mankind. He was the first person to predict something like that there will be, and going forward with this, we will find a thing called black hole. And he was right. Much later, this prediction was in early 1910, that decade, 1914 to be precise, and around 1967, that was the first black hole which was observed, and that was called as Cygnus X1, 1971 to be precise. And it was not just recognized by one scientist, but there were different researchers who identified that this is probably the black hole. Now, how the black holes are formed, that's another question. And as I do a very a short podcast, I don't really go for a long time. But I also realized while I was, doing my research in this topic that probably I should revisit some of the topics. We cannot understand in more depth. So I will do that. I have kept this in mind. So for now, Cygnus X1 was the first black hole ever found by different sets of researchers in 1970s. And what is black hole? That is the next question, which I try to answer in a simple way. So I would say that, when the stars are formed, right? So the protostar, which is basically, dust and gases, they start doing the fusion process, and then because of the fusion, huge amount of energy is produced, and that gradually, slowly forms the star. So it has got, on the basis of mass, as in like the dust mass, and of course the gas, it produces either a small size star or a big size star. Obviously, I don't think it's any news in it. So if it's a small star, that's not a concern here. But if it is going to form red supergiant and all, finally it will end up becoming it will come to a stage where it is going and forming supernova. So supernova is a stage where the dust particles are still going on, there's still the fusion process is going on, and ultimately it will produce huge amount of energy in the form of gas and the heat. And after that, the huge mass of the star will form the black hole. That's how it goes. Okay, so the black hole has very, very strong gravity, as I just told you. So not all the black holes are of same types. They are different types, and how we have classified is on the basis of the mass. So some of the black holes, they are really small, as in that they just have few solar masses, as in like our sun. Our dear sun is not really a huge star, even though it's very useful for us, and that is why we are surviving on this earth. Without sun, there will be no life, right? So it is just few sun masses, and that is called as stellar black hole, and that is the small type. That is a small type of black hole. Then there is supermassive black hole, which is like millions and millions of sun. So that big it is. So it can really, take in anything. And once, anything reaches the event horizon, which is basically the boundary of the black hole, nothing can, come back from it. It will go inside. And since we don't know anything much about that, what goes on inside the black hole, we predict on the basis of different kind of calculations. I mean, the astronomers, obviously not me. I am just here to understand in like my feeble mind can. So it basically everything becomes the same. That is called as singularity. What is the meaning of singularity? That means like right now you are looking at maybe a curtain, maybe a laptop, maybe a light, maybe a mic. Yeah, I'm describing my own, where I'm sitting. So, these are the things, we individually even know them. Okay, this is that, right? So once, but, interestingly, when things enter inside the black hole, everything is the same. So everything, whether it's a diamond or a stone or a small tiny rock, everything is the same. That's why it's called as singularity. So 3 things now about the black hole. That's a very strong gravity. It has got event horizon, the boundary, and the singularity. 3 things which are the real highlights of the black hole, apart from the fact that it is of 2 types or maybe 3 types, because there is a 3rd type of the black holes which fall between these 2 types of the like stellar and the supermassive, between intermediate. They are called as intermediate, obviously. No big prize for guesses here. So these were the types. Now Cygnus X1 1971 was the first black hole, and we are still very curious about the black holes. Like, of course I am also very curious, and that's why I decided that I have to do another episode on black hole, because I'm just touching the highlights. That's not good. I would like to share some more information. I'll come back again. Till then, one more point definitely I would like to share, that is that there is a big supermassive black hole in our own Milky Way. Okay, so if you are not sure what is Milky Way is our own galaxy where we live. It's our, bigger address. So it's somewhere in the middle, and I actually watched a video. It was like zooming in the, Sagittarius A star. That's the name of the black hole, supermassive one. And in 2022, yes, that was very last year that we got the very first picture of this black hole. So that Sagittarius A star people. SgrA star, that's also called as like this. It is abbreviated like that. So I just saw a video where there was just zooming in, and it was so interesting that, oh my god, they're just like how dense these things are. Like how, we started just looking over the stars, and we were just going in, and at the very end where they really stopped, it was that things were bubbling out of that thing which looked like a hole. And I'm not too sure that how to describe it. It just looked like that it is something mysterious going on, obviously. And it was scary too. That video is available, and probably I can share the YouTube link with you if you would like to see it. And but I was very, interested to go inside, but there is a huge fear that probably I'll never be back. So I would say that the types and what is black hole and our own Sagittarius A star, supermassive black hole, that would be the highlight of today's podcast. Reach out to me if you like the episode on abhilashapodcast@gmail.com. Beyond Guru, yeah, everyone can. You can do so well. Of course you can. Beyond Guru, have fun with your life. Don't take any kind of stress. It's a useless thing. And enjoy. Have fun.